Welcome to this week's Jackson County Board of Commissioners meeting. This meeting is held in the Jackson County Courthouse Auditorium at 10 South Oakdale in Medford. This meeting is held every Wednesday morning at 9:30, as long as a quorum of 2 commissioners is available to conduct the business of Jackson County. Your Jackson County Commissioners broadcast this meeting over Rogue Valley Television, and it's available for streaming and review at jacksoncountyor.gov. Under the Government tab, under Recorded Meetings, click on RVTV Live Streaming. The types of business that occur at this meeting include public hearings, official voting on actions by the Board of Commissioners, presentations by departments of the county, and recognition of service that makes our county great. Agendas of the meetings are posted on the Commissioners' Bulletin Board and released on the county's website and through local media in the time required for public notice. Many of the conclusions on the business presented to the Board of Commissioners have been discussed in detail and prepared by the administrative office and staff prior to consideration at this meeting and the official vote. These prior discussions also have been properly noticed and the work done in a transparent manner. We encourage you to come and experience the process by attending any of these meetings or watch online at jacksoncountyor.gov. And now, your Jackson County Commissioners, Randy Sparacino, Rick Dyer, and Colleen Roberts, working for you.
Well, good morning, everyone. It's a little after 9:30, so we'll call the Board of Commissioners regular meeting for January 14th, 2026 to order. We're here in the Courthouse Auditorium and live on audio video conference and Zoom. We'll start today's meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. If you please stand and repeat after me. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll now move into our request for discussion of non-agenda items. We do have a 5-minute limit. Pursuant to the codified ordinances of Jackson County, Section 213.06, members of the public may address any item not on the agenda. However, pursuant to ORS 192.640, the Board of Commissioners is prohibited from discussing a principal subject that is not on the agenda. Therefore, the Board of Commissioners will listen to your concerns and may consider the matter you raise by asking staff to follow up on any questions or by placing the matter on the agenda for discussion at a future meeting. We do have 3 people signed up today, so we'll start with Vicki Simpson. Come on up and give your name and address for the record before speaking, please.
May I have Kelly Marcatulli go first?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, no problem at all. So, Kelly Marcatulli, come on up.
Good morning, Commissioners. Thank you for your service to our lovely county. I really do appreciate all the hard work you have to put in to get this work done. I'm here to ask you for your help. I have a disability. It's an invisible disability. I am not a Muslim. This cloak on my head is made of a metallic fabric that is supposed to aid me in blocking the radiation that comes from the Wi-Fi systems and the cell phone signals that are coming out of cell phones here in the auditorium. The issue that I'm asking you to act upon, I know it's a federal issue. I know that you have been told your hands are tied by your legal counsel, but the one thing that you can do is to speak on behalf of people like me. My invisible disability prevents me from going to public places. Last Friday night, I tried to go to the SOU basketball game, and after 10 minutes, I had to leave. It was so intense with the radiation in that room. And your role as elected public officials would be to speak for us. Yes, you don't have a lot of authority on federal rulings, but you can speak for us. You can write into the Federal Communications Commission, which at this very moment is considering legislation or rulings that would expand the FCC and telecom's power to place cell towers anywhere they want. Yesterday, I sent you a very long, I did not print it out. I do have some print materials here to pass to you. But that information that I gave you is based on science. It's based on the the actual evidence that they're showing that some of these cell tower placements are causing wildfires. They are not in compliance with the FCC regulated guidelines that they're supposed to be, and the FCC is not sending anybody to check on those installations. So what I'm asking again is for you to write in to the FCC. There's this ruling 25-276, and right now is the reply comment. I think some people here will be speaking on that more. There is a lawsuit in Oceanside, and this is just a graph to show you with 4G, which is what our current systems are working at. We know 5G is in place, but there's a lawsuit because they want to put a 5G tower above a field and right next to a Montessori school. The yellow indicates the spread of the 5G signal. The yellow represents the 4G spread, and the red represents the 5G spread. And for people like me, I don't know where I'm going to go live. I don't know where I'm going to be able to exist if this radiation, because it is real. We can't imagine that our magic cell phones can do all their magic without some effect. So that's why I'm here. And I did send you that very long report about the fire risk that is involved with more cell tower installations. And so I do plead with you to just reach out to the FCC, the Energy and Commerce Commission, group in the federal government is meeting on these expanded bills. It's not just this one bill. They're really pushing. The FCC is highly funded by telecom lobbyists. They are a captured agency. A captured agency, I'm sure you know what that means. It means an agency that is paid by lobbyists to do their bidding, and they are not protecting the public, and that is their job. And so your job is also to protect the public, and I do understand the difficulty that you have, because what can I do? I'm just a county commissioner. Feds are doing their own thing. But you can make your voice heard, and you can go to a particular website, and I will send it to you, and you will see all of the documentation, all of the testimony from San Francisco, San Diego County, all these different cities and towns that are gathering their resources, and they are speaking out, and they are saying, no, we want to retain local control. It's our job to determine where cell towers should go. That's all I have for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I can give these to.
Yep, right over there. Thank you. Okay, Vicki, would you like to come up there? You are doing that. All right. Come on up.
Thank you so much for the job that you do too. And I live in the county just outside of Ashland, and like Kelly, there's so many places I can't go. To the movies, to restaurants downtown. No way can I go to see like Senator Merkley when he speaks at the high school, because the intensity of the radiation is so high. And if I'm in a place too long, it'll take me sometimes 3 or 4 days. It feels like the flu, just lack of energy and all to get back to normal. And most people, I think, are like me, that, I mean, people don't know that they're being injured or that it's a problem. I can tell you that our brains, our bodies use just a few millionths of 1 volt. That's how our brains operate on that tiny amount of power, a few millionths of 1 volt. And I measured in here, and it goes up to almost 3 million times just in here, the radiation. Goes up to about 3 million times what our brains and our hearts and all of our systems use. And people think that wireless must be absolutely safe because they count on their government to tell them if there was any problem. But the FCC, as Kelly was saying, is a captured agency. It's a rogue agency, except we could describe a lot of our agencies that way today. So it leaves us with very little hope for people caring. But if people knew, if the science was not suppressed by the FCC that's supposed to protect us, they would know that harms start at a very low level. And I stopped by the day after Christmas, I think it was, and I left some material. It was a for you, commissioners, and it is a model letter to write to the FCC, just as a starting point to know what was the FCC proposing, Why would we not want to do that locally, et cetera? And so I left that for you to read. I hope that you got it. And many cities associations, counties, county associations have commented to the FCC, and that docket for initial comment is closed, but you can comment on the comments. So you can go to 704nomore.org, or you can go to ehsciences.org and look for electromagnetic radiation. And then you can find a way to comment on the comments. You can read what other cities and what other counties are saying. And I'm going to bring by some examples of that later on today. So I think that people have a right to trust the FCC, but they don't know. And they're also self-righteous about, it just doesn't bother me. But as Kelly was saying, you know, you guys represent everybody. It's ruled by majority, but protect the interests of the minority at all times too. And we are just the minority that knows how this radiation bothers us. So when the FCC says, we are proposing a rule to build America, eliminating barriers to wireless deployments, what they really mean is we are shoving down your throat locally what we want to do, and we represent telecom totally, and we don't represent you. So anything we're exposed to has an area of tolerance. And beyond that tolerance is too much. And you have to know that since 1996, when the standards for emissions and exposures were established, the invisible concentration of radiation has risen a lot in 30 years. But the FCC has no monitoring system. Cities don't have a monitoring system. I bet nobody here can say harm begins at this level of electromagnetic cycles. I bet hardly anybody knows that we are so susceptible to different cycles of radiation that at 11 hertz, people become instantly irate. At 14 to 17 hertz, animals will be really terrorized because that's what earthquake radiation is. It's at about 14 to 17 hertz. So we are susceptible and sensitive to everything. We just don't know it yet. So that's my plea, is that you will go to one of those two sites, find out how to comment on the comments. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Next up, we have Karen Potts.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Well, I may be repeating some of what was just said, but I think that
I'm sorry, I need to stop and have you give your name and address for the record, please.
Karen
Thank
Potts, Ashland, Oregon.
you. Thank you. Sorry about that.
So I'm just going to give you some more information here. 4 years ago, the Washington, D.C. Court of Appeals remanded the FCC, that's the Federal Communications Commission, to redo their guidelines for emissions and exposures from wireless radiation. The FCC was not updated, or had not updated their standards or guidelines for emissions for 30 years. And as we all know, exponentially, wireless we have cell phones that do anything and everything these days. So it's an invisible form of radiation. We can't see it, but some of us can feel it. And I'm one of those people, and I'm sorry to say that, but I know more and more it's growing. And who I'm mostly concerned about is I have a 6-year-old actually she's older than that, granddaughter who is in school now in front of a computer at her age. Since she was 6 years old, they started them on computers, and the wireless is in the next room. And she's exposed to this a lot of the day, and when she doesn't do her work just right, she has to be on the computer even longer. It's something we really need to study. I believe that the FCC was sued and they still haven't reconciled or done a study of what the health aspects of this wireless radiation day and night is to our bodies. So anyway, I'm going to ask you also to do something for us, and that is to comment, to help not just us, it's for you and your families as well, on the FCC site about the comments that many people have commented, including myself, but you can now go there with others and read the comments and get more information probably while you're doing it, but also comment and along with the other cities that are doing this and municipalities across the nation, because this is being taken up in a lot of different places. And the problem with this, part of it is that these cell towers, we talk about wanting everybody to have great service. They will be out in the country. You won't be safe in the country anymore. You will have wireless big towers out there. If you ever go to Mexico, you see them everywhere now, because they don't have any rules or regulations down there, and it's kind of sad from my standpoint. But I am like to leave these, and one of the things that you all can do is make sure you turn off your wireless at night, so you have some time for your body to recover from this constant inundation. Anyway, thank you for your time, and please go to the sites that Vicki mentioned. There's ehsciences.org or 704 No More. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we have no one else signed up. Is there anyone else in the auditorium that'd like to speak?
May I speak?
Yes, come on up. Give your name and address for the record, please.
From Ashland again, Susie Ofterhide, Ashland, Oregon. 40 or more years here, a constituent. I've been writing to you guys for the past couple of years about geoengineering, another favorite subject I know. And I wonder, has any progress been made in terms of testing our skies? Could you help us with that? Just test them. Find out if they're spraying us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Come on up, Logan.
Logan Vaughn, Medford, Oregon. I want to thank these ladies for coming in and taking their time. It's nice to be able to do this while we still have this right to be able to speak. Thank you guys. And I ask that you guys would listen to these ladies. I'm reminded of Ephesians 6:12, that this is not a battle of flesh and blood, but of principalities and powers and rulers of darkness. What they're talking about is very real. I personally don't have any of the effects. I encourage you guys to Jehovah Jireh, Jehovah Shalom, Jehovah Rapha, Jehovah Nisi. Jehovah Nisi is actually the banner over me that protects me from this nonsense in these spiritual realms. But it's very real, and I hope that they listen to you guys about what's going on. It's doubtful, though. Yeah, take these ladies up. Just check it out. What they're saying is real. It's a reality. I know it seems woo and out there, but it's very real. Also, I encourage you ladies, to be the voice. You guys are the voice for yourselves, but we need a voice for the voiceless here in this valley. I brought it up last week's meeting. The fact that we have a murder mill in this valley is so sad. Planned Parenthood forget just bothering you from raise. They are actively killing unborn children over there in right downtown Medford. So we need you guys to speak out up against this and get places like these banned. Medford seems to be doing what they want, but you guys are Jackson County, and you guys can make the rules for what goes on in this county above the municipalities. Things like these flock cameras that I brought up need to go away. I don't mind getting rid of the 5G. I think that'd be great. It's an impossible task. I realize that the powers that be between the FCC, the telecom organizations and the agenda. This is part of the agenda, but good luck with that. I'd ask that you guys do what you can here to get these flock cameras banned, the murder mill. They're murdering babies right there downtown this morning, and no one's saying anything. I'd ask if you guys please speak up about this. The people will get behind you, I promise, and your constituents will admire you for trying to do the right thing. You know, I'm the voice in the wilderness here on almost. It's nice to be accompanied by have a little company this morning though, but you guys got to do something. You know, this is what we elected you for. Elections are coming up. I don't know if you guys plan on getting reelected. I know that I see Rick is re-upped, for lack of a better term. And I think that you guys plan on running again. Your constituents need you guys to do what they ask you to do. I mean, this is your guys' job. So please, bring awareness to these nice young ladies over here. Do what they're asking. They aren't asking a lot. Just put a comment on there. Make them happy. Bring up the flock cameras. Let's ban these flock cameras and the surveillance in this Jackson County. Let's ban the murdering of unborn children in this valley. This is up to you guys. You guys are the ones in control. Let's get some effective ministry inside of the jail too. That'd be awesome to see. God bless you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Seeing no one else in the auditorium, is there anyone online that would like to speak, raising their Zoom hand?
Mr. Chair, there is no one with their Zoom hand raised to speak.
Okay. We appreciate the comments, robust discussions, and we'll move on into the consent calendar, which today consists of the minutes of meetings of the Board of Commissioners work session of December 23rd, 2025, the Board of Commissioners regular meeting of December 24th, 2025, the Board of Commissioners work session of December 30th, 2025, and the Board of Commissioners regular meeting of December 31st, 2025.
Move approval of the consent calendar as read.
I'll second that.
Commissioner Sparacino?
Yes.
Commissioner Roberts?
Yes.
Commissioner Dyer?
Yes. No public hearings today, so we'll move on to discussion and deliberation. First item there is an order authorizing a scheduled airline operating agreement and terminal building lease with Delta Airlines Incorporated. This is order number 4-26. And Danny?
Mr. Chair, members of the board, in this case, Delta Airline Incorporated desires to enter into a 5-year scheduled airline operating agreement and terminal building lease with Jackson County for commercial air services at the Rogue Valley International Medford Airport. In this case, Delta will pay for terminal space at a rate of $48.41 per square foot for fiscal year 25-26. In addition to that, they will pay the signatory landing fee of $4.41 per 1,000 pounds as established pursuant to prior board order number 148-25. Term of the agreement is July 1st of 2025 through June 30th of 2030. It does require ratification to become effective July 1st of 2025. It's an estimated revenue of $5,022,307, and I do recommend your approval.
Thank you. Any questions?
No, I'll move approval of order 4-26.
Second.
Commissioner Roberts?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparacino?
Yes.
Commissioner Dyer?
Yes. We'll move on. Next item, which is an order authorizing an intergovernmental security and access agreement number 145890 between the state of Oregon by and through its Oregon Health Authority and Jackson County, and this is order number 5-26.
And Mr. Chair, members of the board, the state of Oregon by and through the Oregon Health Authority will provide Jackson County with access to its network and information systems and also information assets through resilience outcomes analysis and data submission system. The agreement allows the county to enter and access protected health information as mandated by state reporting requirements. The term of the agreement is upon execution. It will remain in effect unless terminated as provided for in the agreement. There is no direct financial impact. We just have to have an agreement in place in terms of use, and I do recommend your approval.
Thank you. No questions. Take a motion.
Move approval of order number 5-26.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
No.
Simple agreement.
Commissioner Sparacino?
Yes.
Commissioner Roberts?
Yes.
Commissioner Dyer?
Yes. Last item on our agenda today is an order authorizing a grant agreement number JMD-27-10 with the state of Oregon by and through its Criminal Justice Commission. This is order number 6-26. Mr. Jordan.
Mr. Chair, members of the board, as you're aware, Oregon House Bill 4002, passed in 2024, established our jail-based medications for opioid use disorder grant program. This is to support cities and counties in Oregon, mostly counties, that operate local correctional facilities. The program does provide funding to support opioid use disorder treatment and transition services to justice-involved individuals in local correctional facilities. In this case, the grant is administered by our Sheriff's Office in cooperation with our Health and Human Services Department to ensure a holistic approach to adult in-custody care. Counties received this grant previously, as you're aware, most recently for the period of January 15th through 2025 through December 31st of 2025. That grant was in the amount of $428,280. Term of this agreement is upon execution through November 30th of 2027, but it's for the project period of October 1st, 2025 through August 31st of 2027. It's a revenue of $410,228, and I do recommend your approval.
Thank you.
I'll move to approve Order 6-26.
Second.
Discussion?
Yeah, that's a great program. It's something that we're finding that other correctional facilities across the country want to emulate. So we're seeing good success here, and it's reducing addiction rates and recidivism.
And nationally recognized for its efficacy, hard word to say sometimes, and innovation. So yeah, we're very proud of the work they're doing in the jail on this matter. So we'll take a vote.
Commissioner Roberts?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparacino?
Yes.
Commissioner Dyer?
Yes, thank you. That does conclude our business today, so we are adjourned.
We hope that you've enjoyed this week's Jackson County Board of Commissioners meeting. If you have any questions on any part of the show, please feel free to contact your Jackson County Commissioners or staff. You can find their contact information at jacksoncountyor.gov. To review the content of this or any other meeting, under the Government tab, under Recorded Meetings, click on RVTV Live Streaming.